YouTube family. This is Mika Coleman with Tax Deed and Overage Education. My company's called Leverage, and today we're going to talk about, speaking of leverage, really how you need to leverage this business in your bank account. So I thought I would do this video. I don't even know what I should name this video because I don't think anybody talks about it enough. Is when you're first starting out, some of the things you should do to lay the foundation in regards to your overage business. And I'm thinking that I'm trying to see like where I should start because there's so many things I want to say that I feel like people don't talk about. And well, I'm gonna just say this number one thing, which is something I just experienced, is I have a business. I've been in business. I always tell people, if you're gonna do like a corporation, because a lot of people ask me, you know, Mika, should I do an LLC or should I do a DBA? And I always say incorporating is always beneficial on so many different levels, but I think a lot of people make the mistake by using a corporation specific to a niche and not a generalization. And what I mean by that is, for example, my corporation is MASTERMIND, and I literally run all kind of businesses underneath there, but I use a DBA, doing business as another business, and then I have subsidiaries. But what I really want to talk about is, opening up a business bank account and leveraging that business bank account. And I wanted to talk about also the experience about me recently cashing some overage checks, and the difference between building relationships and not having relationships. And then no one is really talking about, okay, everybody's talking about, oh, you can make all this money in overages and you can make, you can get all these checks, but nobody's talking about how you can cash these checks, okay? So that's what I want to talk about, because I just experienced something and I thought it would be very informative to share with my community, because like I said, I've been in business for over 20 years. Yeah, over 20 years. My corporation, I should say, has been incorporated for over 20 years. And of course, I have a business bank account with that corporation's name on it. And I've had this bank for a long time. And the beginning of this year, they changed some of their policies. And that affects my business, especially in the overages. As I talk about, some counties will not allow the check to come in your name, which you have to do a POA, which is a power of attorney. And then some banks will allow you to do third-party checks. Well, Navy Fed, the bank that I bank at, does not allow that anymore. So I had to decide what other bank I can go to that would allow me to do third-party checks. And case in point, you guys, so I finally get a check. It took me like 4 months to get. It was like $150,000. And it had my company in the assignee, and so it had the claimant's name. And so I mind you, Navy Fed let me know this at the beginning of this year. This happened a couple of months back, so I already had opened up like 2 different bank accounts, and of course they told me they do third-party checks. So let me just tell you the story. So I go to my bank, and I didn't have a lot of money in there because I don't have all my money going to that bank account. It's it's a new bank account. So I go to try to cash this check because it had my name and it had the claimant's name on it, and I didn't think Navy Fed would cash it because they already kind of like gave me the update and was like, Mika, we used to do this for you, we're not doing this anymore. And so I'm saying all this to say, to educate y'all, because I had to learn this, even though because my bank's not doing this. So it's really important, if you are going to get into this business, to find out if your bank will allow third-party checks, meaning it'll come in the claimant's name but you have a POA. One of the things, I go to this other bank, I'm gonna just say it, Comerica. They tell me that they do third-party, and so I go there first because I had a little bit seasoned. I had opened up for 3 months. And they were like, yeah, so with this amount of money, we're going to have to hold the check for 2 weeks. Now, mind you guys, I did make the mistake of calling my claimant and letting them know I had received the funds and it was going to take, 24 to 48 hours, because that's how long, Navy Fed does. But Comerica told me it was going to take 2 weeks because one, I just had built a relationship. I only been there for 3 months, and you see me, you look at me, they're like, how you get checks like this in your name? Like, they were like, yeah, we got to verify all this, which is fine, right? But my clients want their freaking money, and they don't want to wait 2 weeks. So rookie mistake on my end for telling my clients, right? But there is a good ending to this story. So I did really want to build a relationship with Comerica, and I really wanted to cash the check there, but I didn't want to wait 2 weeks to pay my client. So I went to Navy Fed, and because it had my company's name on it, they cashed it. And guess what? The money was available within an hour. So the moral of this story and this topic of this video is, if you are going to get into the overage business, there's 1 or 2 options you have. One is you need to find out if the bank you're going to bank with to cash these checks have third party, or 2, you just don't do counties that don't allow the checks to come in your company's name. Now, the positive thing about this is I'm not going to say very few, because I ain't going to lie, y'all. Like, I've only worked 5 states, if that, and out of those 5 states, maybe 2 counties. And there's only 1 county that the check came in the claimant's name. So, I don't think a lot of the counties have it where it comes in the claimant's name, but you don't want to close out, you don't want to limit yourself. So I'm just saying the 2 options you have is to find a bank that has it, or just don't do counties that the checks will only come in the claimant's name. Because it could be a headache with the bank. And just could you imagine if I had that $150,000 check and I hadn't had this long relationship, and and I think I had a little bit more than half in my account. So Navy Fed went ahead and took it, and then they were like, it's available in an hour, which made my clients happy, because I was like, you will get your funds wired within 24 hours. So I say that all to say that if you're going to get in this business, build your business bank account first. And the good thing is when you do that and you start doing it, just even if you put 2 or 3 grand in there, some of these banks will give you a business line of credit, which will help float you in whatever endeavors you want to do. So I just wanted to give you your 2 cents about cashing checks and overages, because I don't think people talk about that. Everybody wants to talk about making the money, but cashing the money is also could be a problem. That could have been a real big problem if I didn't have Navy Fed and I didn't have the long relationship. So I guess the moral of the story is build a business banking relationship. Whether you do overages or not, always build a business banking relationship. Have another business separate from your name. Make it ambiguous, so if you decide you don't want to do overages, you might want to do tax deeds. Shoot, you might want to sell cupcakes next week. Make it so that your corporation is ambiguous enough that you can expand it in whatever endeavor you want. But I guess the moral of this, or at the topic of this video, is start building a business banking relationship. Because if you're anything like me, I believe money flows to me easily and effortlessly. So I'm always cashing checks. So I always believe in having business bank accounts. And now I literally just got approved for $500,000 of business lines of credit. So it's all about me building these business bank accounts, you guys. So if I could give you any advice, go do that. And most importantly, make sure the company, if you're going to do counties that have overages in the claimant's name, you want to make sure they allow you to cash third-party checks. All right? That's my 2 cents for the day. Happy investing, you guys.